My name is Jillian Lake. I'm a student here at James Madison University, and I went through the Rebound program my second semester at JMU. Going into JMU, I didn't expect much. I remember being kind of excited, kind of not, because I felt like in my town, JMU was like the safety school for everyone, but it had been my dream school. And a lot of the reason why I came into JMU on the wrong foot was because of my high school experience. Before my junior year of high school, I had moved from Rhode Island to Virginia. So that was in the peak of the pandemic in like June 2020. And because of that, I didn't have a lot of the academic support I needed before I got here. So when I came, I kind of threw myself into whatever was open to me. And for me, that was Greek life. The combination between that and not having a lot of motivation academically is really what my downfall was. It was winter break when I got the letter from JMU saying that I was on academic probation. And I remember getting that letter and that kind of being my wake-up call. During that break, I was in my room and I'm going through a bunch of boxes in my closet of all my souvenirs, and I found a report card from sophomore year of high school. And I was not an A or B student. I had B minuses at best. And the one comment was in this class that I struggled through, but I barely passed with a D. And it said shows determination. And I took a pen and I circled that until there's almost a hole in the paper. And that's just the moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna change. I looked at my email and I got that notification from Rebound, entered the program. And then when I got back, I just kind of had that mindset of a fresh slate where my academics were gonna be my only focus, which was really hard. It was really hard balancing my social life that I had already started in the beginning of the year and then kind of making that complete switch. I found that the more things that I filled my days with and I filled my time with at JMU, the better academics I had, because I had to really carve out that time to study and to take those tests. And some of those things that I filled my time with was Make Your Mark on Madison, which I was the leadership counselor for, and now I'm student director. It's a 10-week leadership program where we teach self-awareness, sense of belonging, and self-authorship. So now I'm responsible for creating this entire curriculum for a cohort of 20 leadership counselors. And I entered that space thinking of it as kind of a resume builder, but it's turned into so much more than that. We ended up just the other night having this icebreaker kind of conversation called Dig Deep Dive, where you ask questions and they get more personal on each level. And that was the first time where I saw complete trust and vulnerability in that space. And being able to know that I was the one who created that kind of environment for these peers and for them to not only be learning all of these tangible skills, like I said, but also finding community in that and having so much more self-awareness and growth and want for growth and to make the absolute best of their college experience. That was the best full circle moment I could have asked for. In my sorority, I kind of found that balance of the social aspects and then bringing what I learned from Rebound into the space. So I created my own chair position that's for campus involvement and resources. I was happier. I found a lot more passion and purpose. I remember going into college thinking that I'm going to college because my parents are paying for it and this is the thing to do and this is how I'll make money. And that really changed for me. I still struggle to ask for help. I still struggle with being vulnerable and admitting when you do need help. And honestly, I don't think it ever really gets easier, that part. If you're the type of person who finds shame in that or has really high expectations for yourself, that's not something that will necessarily go away. But I think being able to get the courage to just make that first step is huge. And I think a lot of that comes with not even directly asking for help, but maybe forming connections with people who will then guide you to that place. It might not look like sending an email to someone or signing up for a resource right away, but I think having those conversations and creating those connections with people will more easily guide you in that general direction, especially for someone who maybe you need someone else to show that, like, an ounce of care for you in order to feel kind of the obligation to, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for someone else first, and then it'll turn into something that you're doing for you.